What's up YouTube? This is Benny Church bringing you another episode of Domination, played on the map, Grind. Today's topic is a much heated battle between Sony's PlayStation 4 and Microsoft's Xbox 720. Sony has revealed its hand early in the battle to win the hearts and minds of gamers willing to ride the next generation console bus, at least in part. Its Future of PlayStation event gave us all a glimpse of the sort of games we can expect to see on the PS4 come launch day. We were also treated to some key specifications, those that will directly affect the power and potential of the platform. So, when we refer to the next PlayStation, we at least have something tangible to go on. When it comes to Microsoft's forthcoming next gen machine, we're still in the dark. The company has been very quiet about it, leaving the rumor mill to go into overdrive in the interim. Therefore, none of what you've heard about the Xbox 720 is substantiated. Even the name is still a placeholder more invented by the press than through official sources. But seeing as much is now known about the PlayStation 4, it's actually an opportune time to suggest at what we think Microsoft will need to do to respond to Sony's early salvo and fire off a few shots of its own. We are not comparing machines like for like, as one doesn't exist. Instead, we are using a base of what we know to put together a picture of what we would most hope to see when the Xbox 720 finally surfaces for air. The PlayStation 4 has an 8-core x84, 64 AMD Jaguar processor and 8GB of GDDR5 RAM. Its GPU is of the Radeon family and contains a unified array of 18 compute units, collectively generating 1.84 teraflops of processing power. Developers will also be able to assign power between processors as and when they see fit, so effectively the new console is more PC than any of its predecessors, and has plenty under the bonnet. What has been rumored about the Xbox 720, mainly thanks to leaks of what can be found in the Durango development kits, suggests that things won't be a million miles away from the PS4's inner gubbins. They claim that it too will have an 8-core AMD processor and 8GB of RAM. Plus, its graphics will be run on an 800MHz D3D11.X GPU, which, once you've crunched the numbers, is again similar in power to the PS4's. Effectively, this means that the inner workings of each, should rumor be believed, will be as near identical as damn it. While this makes sense, developers will favor neither machine if it's just as easy to develop for both. It doesn't make consumer choice any easier. We were wowed by some of the demos shown during the Sony launch event, especially Killzone Shadowfall and Drive Club, but because the PS4 team got in there first, Microsoft will have to completely blow us away with its offering. If everything looks the same as what we've seen from Sony already, there will be less impact. We're fickle that way. What we think Microsoft should do in the power department is surprise us all with a Meteor graphics processor, one with more potential down the line. Sony has confirmed that the PS4 may be capable of 4K resolution on games in the future, although there's no direct evidence of this, but Microsoft should come out fighting from the off. Bang, UHD games. That would get us all gasping for air. We like the brave move by Sony to completely reimagine its tried and trusted DualShock controllers, ripping the backside off a PS Vita and sticking it to the top of a new DualShock 4 model. Plus, we like the fact that the Japanese giant is allowing backwards compatibility with its PlayStation Move buttons. However, this is an area that Microsoft already dominates, and we would hope it will continue to innovate. We've heard much about the prospect of Kinect 2, and this is where the Xbox 720 can set its stall from launch. Better sensor, more players tracked, higher resolution and, most important for UK households, a shorter reading range are all mandatory, or else we'll be unimpressed. It will be interesting too to see if Microsoft decides to reimagine its current Xbox controller with the same vigor as Sony has its DualShock. In our opinion, the current one is still the best gaming controller we've had since the Kempston Competition Pro 5000 back in the 80s. We're of the mind that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Xbox Smart Glass will be improved upon, however, of that we are sure. Where it is the NICEY second screen experience, currently irrelevant to few, we think and hope that it will become an essential part of the makeup of the new console. Microsoft really needs to rethink what a second screen experience should actually be. IMDb stats on movies and GPS maps for Forza games aside, what we want is the ability to play Xbox 720 games remotely, using the tablet or phone as the display. This is something we love about Wii U and Sony's plans to put PS Vita to similar use excite us. Microsoft needs to find a way to deliver in this area too, and what better than to go, "Tada, you can already use your existing tablets and smartphones." The PS4 will not be offering backwards compatibility with PlayStation 3 discs, or those from the older Sony consoles. Instead, using technologies from Gate.ii, the company it acquired last year, it will be offering thousands of back-catalog games to live stream to the machine. That means you will be able to play them as if they were on your machine itself, but they will be hosted on remote servers. That's good, but there will be a new cost involved. Your existing discs, which you have previously paid for, will sit gathering dust. If Microsoft wants to trump its biggest rival in the sector, it needs to offer backwards compatibility for Xbox 360 games. Its Xbox to Xbox 360 compatibility was poor, needing specific software downloads on a title-per-title basis, leaving thousands of games out in the cold, and that's the most we can hope for this time too. What would be great of Microsoft, however, is to offer some form of trade-up service. The new console reads your existing Xbox Live account details, determines which games are attached to your account and offers you a digital version that works for a nominal sum. Even better, for free. It's something that Sony promised for the PS Vita when enticing PSP owners, but never materialized outside of Asia. Stay tuned for Part 2. Today's episode has been brought to you by the letter S and T and by the number 193,812. Today's word of the day is Facebook insomnia, a condition generally found in, but not limited to, suburban teenagers, under which afflicted persons deprive themselves of sleep in favor of repeatedly refreshing one's Facebook newsfeed in anticipation of a new status update or wall post from one's friends. Thanks for watching. Show some love by clicking the like and subscribe button.